Hello and welcome to Ask the Gov. Let's begin. Our first question comes from Thomas via Facebook. Thomas says, what are the chances of property tax reform in 2013? We've been working to provide property tax relief since I took office in 2011. We've perfected our bill. The proposal that we have before the legislature would provide property tax relief not only to commercial property, but to all classes of property, including residential and agriculture. And it fully funds the property tax credit for the homestead, as well as the elderly and disabled tax credit, and would reduce our dependency on property taxes in the school aid formula and limit the increases that are automatically occurring because of the impact of the productivity formula on residential as well as agricultural property. We also systematically reduce the commercial industrial property tax over the next 4 years, and the state fully reimburses local governments, so there's no loss to local governments' revenue, and indeed they get the growth from new residential and new commercial construction. I believe that we need to provide permanent property tax relief and protect all property taxpayers, and I believe 2013 is the year we need to get it done. The legislation has passed the House and Senate in different forms. Hopefully it will go to conference committee, and that gives the legislature a chance to work out the differences and pass real, significant, permanent property tax relief this year. Our next question comes from Gene from Ottumwa. Gene says, what are you doing to make sure that we don't have a fertilizer plant explosion like the one in Texas? We have very strict oversight in the state of Iowa to prevent things like that from happening. Also, the fertilizer plants that are being built in Iowa are for urea, nitrogen fertilizer. It's a different process, and it doesn't have the explosion possibilities that you see from the type of fertilizer that was produced in Texas. So we also, through our permitting process and through the fire marshal's office, take precautions to make sure the safety of the citizens of this state are protected in these kinds of construction projects. Our third question comes from Samantha from Story City. Samantha asks, when will we get education reform? I'm hopeful that bill, which we've been working on for the last 3 years, which is now in conference committee, and the Republicans offered a significant breakthrough by offering 4% increase in funding for the next 2 years in return for the reforms and the accountability that was in the House passed bills. The Senate Democrats have finally come back with a counter proposal, and I think we see real movement now. I'm very hopeful that we will be able to see something that will be a win-win, not only providing more money for education, but providing real significant reforms that will improve student achievement for our students in the state of Iowa. And my hope is that this week can be the week in which the conference committee comes to agreement and the House and the Senate pass education reform. It's long overdue. The House passed this bill back February 20th. Now finally we see the conference committee getting close to an agreement, and I'm very hopeful we'll see it happen here very soon.